Rob Grimes with the IFBTA, and today I'm really pleased to be joined by Luke Fryer, the CEO and founder of Harri. They are a global industry supplier member, and welcome, Luke.
Rob, it's a pleasure to be here.
First of all, I get to talk to you quite often because I see you at a number of different events and we see each other during the course of the year. But every time we talk, I sort of learn something new. And it seems to me that if I want to, and let's see if I got this right, but if I want to distinguish, Harri, between a lot of the other players that might be out there, and again, it's the customer's perception, not necessarily what you might think or what I might think, right? So we understand that concept. You come from an employee point of view. You focused on retention as the key going forward strategy. While scheduling is important, what I've heard you say, that scheduling may be the symptom or maybe the problem that actually is the number one complaint that causes retention problems. And that you
Correct.
have taken a look at this. You're not a scheduling system, and you started out as a hiring system because you got to hire the right people. But what you ended up figuring out is there's lots of ways to figure out how to hire. And yes, you know the industry, so you can do that. And there's lots of ways to take a look at how you might schedule, right? But the secret piece here is how you actually put it together to say, however, it's going to be how do we not only hire the right person, but it's really about retaining the right person. And that's where you're putting your actionable insights in to be able to help your operators as partners to be able to achieve that.
As an operator, I know that $1 of retention is worth $10 of hiring. And actually the trigger for it was we started to do exit interviews for some of our customers. And those exit interviews were just overwhelmingly, the response overwhelmingly was, I'm not happy with my schedule, especially when we looked at people who were leaving in the first 30, 60, 90 days. And so we said, how do we look at scheduling and come up with a new kind of, what's the next generation of approach? And the first thing was the concept of scheduling sitting over here and timekeeping sitting over there. That needed to go away. They just needed to be one thing. And then, well, hang on, if people are clocking in, you've got a window of opportunity to engage, right? We need to tie communication and engagement, meaning the ability to ask something, into that as well. And so we conceived very early on that the traditional notion of clocking into a POS just needed to go away, right? And people needed to clock in. Well, a tablet made the most sense because then you could.
Well, now you can do that. People were just saving money before on devices, so we get that.
But with a tablet, you actually have a multimedia platform that allows you to start to do all kinds of.
Absolutely.
You can tie communication and
training, everything.
2017, we started to see the beginning of these laws that required employees to attest to things in the flow of work.
Right.
Well, hang on, makes sense to do that on a tablet as well. So our approach from the beginning was to really take these disparate functions and bring them into one place. And that was this, that really was the notion of redefining workforce management. What's evolved from there is, there's an opportunity to get really smart around engagement and understanding sentiment, using that to predict intent to depart, using that as literally an actionable insight to say, hey, this person's not, this person doesn't look like they're happy, go and get in front of it. Then you can you can deliver performance. You can deliver a live view of performance to an employee. Hey, you're clocking in. Just want to let you know, this is how you're tracking for the month on whatever KPI we want to show. Rewarding them. Hey, you're clocking in. Congratulations for coming to work on time. Last month, we're going to give you $100. Delivering all of these things. But if you think about it, it's all of these separate processes and workflows, some of which are on technology, many of which are managed on paper still or Excel spreadsheets today, right? It's this kind of surround sound approach to the employee's flow of work that's the differentiator.
Well, listen, I always learn a lot, and I know that it's got to be more than just getting us to be at functions and things with the IFBTA multi times during the course of the year. So what brought you and Harri to the IFBTA?
Well, I think the first thing is you've assembled a very, very impressive network of people who are genuine thought leaders to be around the broader table here, right? And I think many of the people, especially in key technology positions, whose opinions I respect, are part of the organization. So that network is certainly something that we love to be part of. I think the industry focus, while it's obvious, is very, very important. There are a range of different kind of technology leader communities that we could be part of, but they're not efficient for us because the problems to solve are very different across industries. And the solutions that people try and workshop for other workforces just don't apply. And so, I think the depth of industry focus here is very efficient for us. I know that probably sounds a bit clinical, but it's true. It's like we have much more efficient conversations.
Well, hopefully we offer you some actionable insights to work with in the IFBTA. So I'm going to actually give you the last word in this, but here's the parameters of it. I am right now, and I know you can't see it, but I'm in a 4-story building.
Okay.
So if I get in the elevator with you from the first floor up to the 3rd floor, we have a ground floor here. Okay. If I take my elevator, you probably have about 20 to 30 seconds. And you walk into the elevator wearing the Harri shirt on it. And I say, what is Harri? What is it you would like to leave our audience with? Because I know that they may have viewed you in one area or another. And quite frankly, this conversation points out a lot. So you got 20 to 30 seconds. I could time you. But what are we leaving here?
Wow, it's like a Hunger Game endings to this. It's fantastic. I would say we're the most focused solution for enterprise restaurant groups on delivering an end-to-end employee experience from the first time they touch the brand, from hello to grow to goodbye. Meaning that we help our customers build their teams, manage their teams, grow and develop their talent, ultimately to improve retention and stabilize and optimize their customer experience.
And you're global and you cut across all the different industry segments. Correct.
The sometimes known as sub-verticals, but we respect the difference between the segments. They have to be handled differently. And we're very focused on playing the long game. If we can get this right, there's many points to our clients' P&Ls that can be delivered back through. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit in the employee life cycle today, and we're systematically approaching those from many different angles. So,
well, you've made a lot of headway, since 2016. And I know there's a lot of room to grow, but you actually are exploring different areas that a lot of people haven't touched with a different approach. And the IFBTA is very happy and lucky to have you as one of our key global industry partners. And it's been a pleasure, Luke Fryer, the CEO and founder of Harri, to have you join us today. And welcome to the IFBTA.
Thanks, Rob. It's a pleasure to be part of it.